Hi kids, welcome. Today I really want to talk about addictions, distractions, and temptations because I have them. I have addictions. Definitely I do. To name one, YouTube 100% is a large addiction of me, and I'm not that proud of it. Actually, let's just look in my history. The art market is a scam. Now, I remember this video, obviously, it was yesterday evening. It was very interesting. Um, Although I don't have millions in my pocket, I'm not planning to have at least so much money that I can manipulate the art market. It was very interesting though. But does this help me in my life? No. I could tell it's a thing to talk about with people, although it's very highly specific. Why gyms in Japan suck. Do I live in Japan? No. Am I planning to go to Japan? No. Do I really need the knowledge of why gyms in Japan suck? No. You get the point here because it's probably getting old. I watch videos like literally everyone else. They're mostly of no function at all. And of course, I also do watch, or at least used to be watching, self-improvement videos. And there's definitely some really valuable information there. Although, let's be honest, guys, most of us just watch it to kind of justify the time we spend on our phones. And I believe the best thing you could just do is just get started with any habit or anything to improve yourself and just act upon it now. Because, newsflash, this point right here, this is the only point you will ever have. So the only time to act is right now. Always. If you really want to change something, you can do it right now, or you should do it now, because there's never gonna be another moment than now. So every time I make a promise to myself with any bad habit or good habit, and I break that promise, I feel really bad about myself. I feel like, man, I messed up and I'm such a loser. And of course, in a way, that feeling's totally justified, because that's just a biological mechanism that makes me at least improve myself a little bit. Although you should not be totally black and white on this topic, you should be stoic. You need to understand that the failing is a part of the process. And I heard somebody say this, I'm not sure who it is, at least I didn't come up with this, but whenever you feel something, for example, nofap is a thing that a lot of young men are working very hard on, and whenever they fail, it is, I messed up and all my progress is gone. Because you see all of these videos on YouTube that are like, yeah, day 122 and you have this cool benefit, and biologically seen that might be true in some way, but everybody is different. But for the people who have been working so hard, they feel so messed up after they mess up. And I believe that's wrong. Because what you need to understand about this, and this is with every habit, it's that the tools are not lost. Joe Rogan said this once, and it was one of the most beautiful things and most true statements that I've heard in a long time. And he said, a lot of men live lives of quiet desperation. And when I need to explain it, it's basically, men in their 30s, 40s, they have a girlfriend, for example. Maybe they have kids, they have a house, they have a lot of things they are accountable for. They need to take care, they need to keep working to keep the cycle going, because you can't let your family down, obviously. And in the back of their mind, they may be thinking, I should have done this. I would love to be this. I would love to do that. That is quiet desperation. And how do we end up in this state? Well, personally, I believe it's because we like to play it safe. We like to play by the rules, ask permission, learn to compromise. This way of life just gets you in the perfectly packaged way that the world, the people who are on top of the food chain, they just totally want you to be there, you understand? Because that makes them the maximum amount of money, which get them to stay on the top of the mountain. I came up with this good analogy, and I must say I'm quite proud of it. I call it the yogurt analogy. So I eat yogurt every morning with honey, and I put quite some honey in it because actual good biological honey is very healthy for you. Outside of that, I just put it in my yogurt, and I can stir and keep stirring until all the honey is equalized throughout the bowl of yogurt, and everything is equally tasty and sweet. This way it's easing out the pain. It's literally okay. So when alive, you're gonna have a guaranteed amount of pain. Life hurts. That's just how it is. I'm very sorry. I hate to break it to you. This is pain. It are these spikes on this line called life. And what you can do, you can just smear it out over life. So you have an equal amount of pain everywhere. And that's what most people do. They play it safe, and although it's kind of, everything has its downside. I'm not in a lot of pain. At one point, I'm just always in equal pain, and I can get used to that, and that's okay. That's playing it safe. That's the stirred yogurt. How I like my yogurt is to just stir it like maybe 3 swirls. That means you have, large patches of honey and no honey at all. So, just basically go head first into the pain, because that is what makes you indestructible. If you have been through pain. And honestly, my life, it hasn't been that hard until now. I have some hard times coming, and I know that. And I take full responsibility for that, and I'm ready to accept what is my faith. Just to get to a conclusion here is that comfortable living, it is pain. It is probably the most painful, because every time there's a little bit more, a little spike, a little bit more honey, you will be like, oh no, okay. And when you've been through a lot of spikes of pain, a lot of honey at one point, it will be okay. Well, it just is what it is. I'll be stoic about it. I've been through this. I've seen harder times. I fought bigger fights. This is okay, and we can just do that. And that just makes you powerful, and that just makes you have an energy for life, a love for life. Because let me tell you, struggle is pleasure. Struggle is inevitable ecstasy, if I can say it like that. For example, when I go to the gym, I struggle, I hurt, and I'm wonderful afterwards. I feel great because I chose discomfort to benefit my future self. That's how human beings, how men get happy. Honestly, it's the same reason why my coffee tastes so good. You know why my coffee tastes so good? It's because it takes me 20 minutes to make 1 cup. First, I need to put the raw beans into the grinder, and I just grind it myself. Then I have to put on some water to boil. After that, I put the boiling water into my percolator. I put the grind into a filter. I put the filter into the percolator. I screw it on. Then I need to put it on the furnace again and wait for about 15 minutes until I have my delicious coffee. And I enjoy it by just sitting in my garden, just enjoying just the peace and tranquility, and then the rush of some fresh caffeine. So, yeah, that's why it tastes so good, because it takes effort to do it. I don't understand why people would just love to just have a button, like, and then perfect coffee runs out. My coffee is not the tastiest of the world, but it tastes wonderful for me because I've put some effort and actual love into creating it. I hope that you get some valuable information out of this. I know I'm not quite the chaotic guy, but that's just who I am, and I totally accept it. All the love, all the power, and I will see you next time.